up? I got Naskin here with me. This ain't a diss song, but yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all niggas cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's nothing. That Super Bowl ring, that's nothing. Pull up in your town when you.
One of the other perks is you got a heck of a relationship with your former quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and you got to catch up with him after his first practice of training camp. Let's hear that conversation now.
All right, I'm here at training camp, first day of training camp. I'm here with the guy I call South Bay, Aaron Rodgers. What's going on, my man?
What's up, JJ? Good to see you, man.
Oh, man, I'm good.
Looking good. You're wearing the wrong colors, though.
You know, I got a red shirt on like you. That means stop when I come on the practice field. Don't touch the QB. You know, it's just
trying to get
like
attention,
that,
huh?
You know, hey, a little bit. You know, I got to put a little spotlight on me every now and then. But, man, I want to talk to you because 13 years under the same head coach, same offense. Now you got a new head coach, new offense. Is the approach the same or is the approach different coming into this training camp?
I think the study time is a little more. You know, I could kind of, in my sleep, call the offense and know the checks and go through the stuff we've been going through for so many years. But it's a different learning curve. You know, the spring helped a lot because the pace of the install is so much slower. But once you get to training camp, it's time to get going. Now, obviously, we're easing into it with no pads the first couple of days, thankfully. But we had a run test yesterday, which we hadn't had in a while either.
Ooh, yeah,
we had to striking on them,
there
buddy.
You go. You passed it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You don't act surprised.
You know,
it was only 20/50s.
Okay, so that's light work for you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm lean and mean. You know, I'm 35.
You
Got that old man strength.
Egg whites and all that when we went to lunch. I understand all that. But man, so I see the defense out here flying around. I always tell everybody, last time Aaron Rodgers had a top 10 defense, he won the Super Bowl. I was part of that team. But about the defense, is there any surprises, or is this what you expect this year from this defense?
Well, I think the biggest thing is guys taking steps. I mean, as you know, the second and third and fourth year players need to make that jump, you know, where the experience starts matching up with the talent. And I think you're seeing it with our guys we've had here for a while. Obviously, Jair is extremely talented on the back end. Getting Kevin King back is going to help. Josh Jackson, his progression last year. And then we're adding some great pieces to the mix, you know, with Adrian Amos bringing leadership and stability, toughness to the defense, and then both the Smiths outside who have, you know, a different feel. It's a different feel to the defense. I mean, they are flying around, second year in Mike Pettine's system, and it's exciting. You know, you don't like throwing a pick like I threw here, but I didn't know Blake could actually catch. But it's good for us. We need that balance, and we need those guys to play with confidence and to play fast. And they played like this all spring. They had a great spring in the system, and they've been ahead of us. But we'll catch up here in a little bit.
Now, I know when it was myself, Jordy, Greg Jennings, we were young receivers, had to get the chemistry and all that stuff down with you. Everybody was saying, oh, we need a veteran. We need to bring in Randy Moss or whoever, bring in these young guys. You know what I mean? Ain't getting it with Aaron and all that. How's the progression? How's the chemistry and all that been coming with the young fellas?
You healthy?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I just need some cleats.
No, you know what? They're doing a good job. The key, as you know, you played with me for a long time. The key is communication and not making repeat mistakes. You know, if I say something in a meeting, if coach says something in a meeting, you're not just saying it to say it. You want to make sure those guys are taking that note, trying to lock it away, and trying to, when that situation comes up, try and not make the same mistake twice. And I think one guy that's really jumped out in the spring for us was Marquez. You know, I think he's always obviously timing very fast, but now I think he's playing to his time. Kind of the opposite of you. You know, you were about a 4-4 in the games.
You know what I'm saying? I take the 4-4.
You were a 4-4 in the games. You might not have ran 4-4 anytime at San Jose State, but you had that game speed. And there's a big difference between a guy who can time fast and play fast. Yeah. And the playing fast part of it is when the confidence comes. I think Marquez is starting to play with more confidence, and that's pretty good to see. And obviously getting Gmo back from his injury, Devontae is a top 3 receiver minimum in the league, and I like that group. I like getting Jimmy, comfortable in this offense. Bringing Mercedes back is great. I feel good about our offense. It's going to be a work in progress, I think, through the entire training camp, and we might actually have to see a little more time on the field in the preseason than in past years.
There you go. Now, we together broke your contract extension, and I was sweating. I was nervous trying to be the first one to get it out there and all that type stuff, so the pressure was all on me. Do you feel any added pressure with that contract coming into this season that you have to prove something or it has to go a certain way?
No, I mean, I think there's already enough pressure that I put on myself and the expectations of being the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers and being a veteran quarterback. You know, there's never any grace period. There's every year, I think the pressure and the expectations amp up because it's Super Bowl or bust for every team that thinks they have a chance to win. And when you play in Green Bay, you expect to be there in the end. And obviously we haven't been there in a while. So there's obviously great expectations. But I think the great thing about the timing for everything that's happened with us is I think we have a really good nucleus in place. And a lot of times when you have a coaching change, you have to go through the struggles of, learning and starting over almost. But I think what Brian has done with our roster and the guys that we have coming back, I think, we have a chance to compete. And again, we're in a good spot, too, because nobody's talking about us. Some of the most dangerous teams, I thought, from our years were when everybody's talking about every other team out there except for us, and we can kind of come at our own pace and surprise some people in the beginning.
Last thing, before I let you go, everybody blowing up the Audible situation, not a problem?
That's what your network and that other network, it's June or July. They got to write a story about something. I love Mike Silver, but I don't think that was the entire quote or the intent of the quote.
Good.
Look, Matt and I have got a great relationship. We've been getting along great, communicating. There's audibles in every offense. It's how you define an audible. If you got 3 plays in the huddle and you pick one of them, is that an audible?
There we go. Hey, yeah, if you pick the right one.
Look, it's just fodder for you to comment on, for MJD to comment on, for the
you gotta put me in there.
Yeah. For Good Morning Football to talk about.
That's
what it is. Not a problem.
All right, man. QB1 checking in.
So, I just love my team. Yeah, that's the team with them big G's on the helmet.